Right, good afternoon. Just 2 minutes to 4 p.m. East African time here in Nairobi, Kenya. I trust you are doing well, and thank you for joining TV47 as I get you informed on the latest at this hour. My name is Sheilar Chelangat. We begin with where Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Ogamba has condemned statements by some politicians proposing that national schools should only admit students from surrounding communities. He warned that such remarks are misleading and unnecessarily causing anxiety amongst parents. The CS reiterated that national schools exist to serve learners from across the country and play a critical role in nurturing skills for national development. He urged leaders to stop politicizing education, assuring Kenyans that the government remains committed to equitable access to education. Speaking in Murang'a County during the ongoing grade 10 admissions, Ogamba dismissed claims of increased school fees, maintaining that capitation funds remain intact and advising parents to rely on official communication only.
We are sending a very strong warning to our leaders who are saying national schools should only admit students from the locality from where they come from. We must differentiate between the national school status of a school and issues relating to development of infrastructure of those schools using the CDF. Let us desist from making statements that might have very negative impact in our institutions, because our institutions are there to shape these learners who are almost 11 million in the whole country. And you can look at these learners. When you look at them, they are not interested in our political alignments. They do not belong to political parties. They don't belong to any particular places or spaces. They come to learn.
And still on grade 10, admissions of the first cohort of grade 10 learners under the competency-based education curriculum has officially begun in schools across the country. At Moi High School, Kabartonjo in Baringo North, Chief Principal Samuel Akufa says 378 learners were placed at the institution through the national selection system. However, 162 slots remain unfilled, prompting a call for the Ministry of Education to allow principals limited flexibility to admit learners outside the system. Parents have also raised concerns over the high cost of reporting students to school, citing tough economic conditions.
As a school is to develop the child. We wish to develop the talent, we wish to develop the academia for the child and grow these boys socially for them to fit in the society, to be very marketable. And based on the previous results, 2025 KCSE, we are seeing ourselves as the best and willing and ready and all prepared to give the best. We appreciate the TSC for having retooled the teachers who have been prepared now to take over grade 10 as early as today.
Ilikuwa long holiday. Sasa hiyo pesa yenye ilitumika hiyo long holiday ilikuwa mingi pia. Lakini tulijikakamua tukaomba Mungu, ametufikisha. Tumefika Moi High na tumeshukuru Mungu.
Nimeona hii curriculum si mbaya sana kwa maana huyu kijana yangu alipata 64 points na nilifurahia. Na sikusumbuka tena kutafuta shule kwa maana serikali alifanya mzuri na akaita watoto.
From Baringo, we moved to Elgeyo Marakwet, where as grade 10 learners reported to school under the competency-based curriculum, parents in Elgeyo Marakwet County are raising concerns over the rising cost of living and the availability of learning material. Parents speaking after admitting their children at St. Patrick's High School, Iten, say the process was largely smooth, with congestion being the main challenge. They have urged the government to ensure timely delivery of textbooks and other essential learning materials. The school principal has assured parents that the institution is fully prepared to accommodate the new learners and provide a conducive learning environment under the new curriculum.
But the problem is we are so many. At least they could have given some other parents on the 12th and others on the 13th, so that at least we can have a smooth running. But all of us, we have come on the same date.
Our expectation is that because they look at the students, the people's strong points. So from there, I think somebody is going to choose their career early. It's not like the 844 whereby you are driving somebody to do subjects that they may not like. So here they have already started choosing their career paths.
Kujiandaa kuanzia mwaka jana kupokea wanafunzi wa grade 10 kwa sababu ni mfumo tofauti. Kwa hivyo tayari walimu wamepitia retooling mara 2, alafu pia tumekuwa na vikao vya kufahamishana yale ambayo yanatarajiwa. Ni vile tu ambavyo bado tunangoja vitabu vyao kuletwa na serikali.
And a multi-agency team led by the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA, has dealt a major blow to counterfeit alcohol syndicates in Machakos County, seizing illicit brews and materials worth approximately 13 million shillings. In a coordinated morning raid targeting 2 suspected counterfeit alcohol operations in Kabah, officers uncovered a well-organized illicit network. The raid premises were found stocked with thousands of bottles of fake spirits, counterfeit KRA stamps and large quantities of empty branded bottles, pointing to a sophisticated repackaging and distribution scheme.
We've been able to nab 2 notorious distributors of illicit alcohol, and we've been able to nab what we suspect is illicit alcohol worth 13 million Kenya shillings. We are pursuing the owners of these establishments. As we speak now, we've been able to arrest 2 suspects from both places where we did the exploitation. And these are 2 bars. One is called The Beast, and the other one is called the Kabah Connection. We've been able to ascertain that both of these 2 establishments are not licensed. They don't have license to operate. Secondly, upon closely examining the alcohol that we apprehended, we realized that the stamps are fake.
And foreign doctors working in Kenya have moved to the High Court to challenge a decision by the Ministry of Health that has effectively barred them from medical practice. The group of Congolese nationals is contesting the refusal to renew their practicing licenses and work permits for 2026, arguing that the decision was made without notice or justification. They say the move violates the Constitution, the Fair Administrative Action Act, and Kenya's obligation under the East African Community Framework. The doctors warned the freeze would worsen staff shortages in an already strained health sector as hospitals begin losing experienced medical professionals.
We have now sued the government officers in their official capacity, but we shall institute civil litigation against if any Kenyan dies, because these doctors have been denied the chance to practice. The doctors are present. They'll give you their view. They will be able to communicate in English, in Lingala, and in French, because this is an issue that affects the diplomatic question between Kenya and DRC Congo. If Kenya is chasing the Congolese, are we likely to see more than 5,000 Kenyan professionals working in DRC Congo coming back with Kenya Airways?
Right, and into the world of politics, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has sparked fresh political debate after raising concerns over his personal safety, accusing the government of withdrawing his security and abandoning the rule of law. In a wide-ranging address, Gachagua claimed he remains a significant political force despite his removal from office, insisting that millions of Kenyans still support him, an influence he says he unsettled those those in power. He also criticized President William Ruto's leadership, questioned the credibility of the recent by-elections, defended his remarks on school placement, and reiterated the opposition's plan to field a single candidate in the 2027 general election.
I want to tell the people of Kenya that regarding Gachagua is not safe. Government withdrew security from him despite his senior status in the country. Despite the fact that he was removed from office, he commands a serious following in Kenya. Millions of Kenyans are behind him. Hence, he is a senior leader who deserves protection because of his seniority in public service and his key role in determining the next presidential election. William Ruto has declared war on Rigathi Gachagua because he has lost a mountain and he is very bitter. And I heard him yesterday saying that nobody should come between him and the mountain. He is the one who ditched the mountain. He betrayed the mountain. He persecuted the mountain. He turned against the mountain. The worst is assassination. And psychologically, I'm set, because I have seen it. I have seen death with my own eyes many times. In Lemuru, the Mungeki group that was sent there by Kimani Ichung'wah almost killed me because I did not know. I was not aware that I would be attacked. So I was not prepared. But since then, I have also been prepared. And I'm happy that at least my community has made a decision now to protect me at my meetings. You saw what happened yesterday in Gatondo. Hundreds of goons were disarmed, repassed and dealt with by the public, by members of the public. The same happened in Kagio, the same happened in Nyeri. At least I feel a little bit safer. At least the community has said enough is enough. You cannot, beat our leader. You cannot unleash violence on him when we are here. And since the police and the goons are doing it, the community has decided to offer me protection. And I'm very grateful.
Right, and into the world of sports, Soy United edged Mombasa United 1-0 in a National Super League match played at the Eldoret ASK grounds in Uasin Gishu County. John Kanda's second-half strike sealed the victory for the Rift Valley-based side, who have now extended their perfect start to the year. The team is hopeful that the return of captain Kevin Odira from injury will further boost their campaign. Meanwhile, Darajani Gogo are currently facing Nzoia Sugar at the Marist grounds in Karen. And Atlanta Hawks defeated Golden State Warriors 124-111 in an Right, that concludes News Now at 4 p.m. with I, Sheilar Chelangat. Of course, more updates on these stories in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Do enjoy the rest of your viewership. Good afternoon.